We're going to start out with some alternate side breathing just to clear those sinuses, which we might really need if we are mask wearers out in our if we're out in our community a lot wearing our masks. And if your hands are clean and you're comfortable touching your face, then you can make little pinchers with your hands. Otherwise, you can just use your imagination and your sense of focus to do this. So there's kind of a tradition around this, and you just create a fist with that right hand, letting your ring finger and your pinky finger go and your thumb. And these are going to be our little pinchers for closing off the nose. Now, if your hand is cramping up and hurting, I happen to know you can make these pinchers any old which way and they will work. Go ahead and close your eyes. And before we begin, let's just take a moment. Yeah, let's just take a moment. Bring our attention to our breath just as it is. Bring attention to our bodies on our mat at the beginning of our beautiful practice at home. And we're going to add into this some alternate side breathing. So if we're just going to close our left nostril, inhale through our right, then close our right nostril and exhale through our left. Inhale through our left, close our left nostril and exhale through our right. Inhale through right. Go ahead and close that right nostril, exhale through left. And we'll continue on this way, just always inhaling through the same nostril we just exhaled through. And just notice how this is for you. Are both sides equally open? Is one side easier than the other? If this is going smoothly and you have the hang of the rhythm, then I invite you to go ahead and just drop your hand back to your lap and continue with this alternate side breathing, but just using your focus, just using your imagination. And just let yourself be curious about what happens. And then collecting any details, any little pieces of this exercise that you'd like to remember. And if that's nothing, that's nothing. Don't worry about it, no judgment. We're just going to come back to our normal breath. Awesome. So let's go ahead and just open our eyes, coming into our practice this morning. And we're gonna start with an easy twist. So if you're cross-legged, you're gonna twist the direction of whichever leg is on top. And so don't switch them up real quick. We're gonna do this. And if you're not cross-legged, then you can go ahead and twist to the left with me. So we're lengthening through our spine, reaching our crown towards our ceiling. Exhale, let our shoulders come away from ears. And we'll start twisting from our waist. So we're starting from that lumbar spine, which is actually the least flexible part of our spine, right? That's where we're going to get the least twist, is from that waist, from our lumbar spine, and then bringing in our shoulders. And for now, for just a moment, leave your hands up. We're only twisting as far as our strength alone can take us. Then let's bring our hands down just to kind of help support ourselves here. We're still using our core. We're gonna exhale our shoulders away from our ears, turn our heads back forward. So we're looking towards the front of our mat. And then very lightly, very gently, just turn our head the full range of motion that our neck has and look behind us. Beautiful. From here, let's turn back to center, looking forward first and then unwinding. So we're supporting our neck the whole way. If you're cross-legged, we're gonna recross our legs before we twist the other direction. And again, just starting out, lengthening through our spine, reaching our crown towards our ceiling. And then starting from that low waist, starting from that lumbar spine, twisting through our shoulders. And at first, again, just twist as far as your strength can take you. Bringing our hands down. Again, we're gonna just turn our head towards the center. So just our body's twisted and our head is looking forward. And then very gently and kindly to ourselves, turn and look behind. So our neck gets into the twist, but it's not leading the twist. It is a supported actor here. One more breath, just taking note of how far your body can turn with its own strength. Beautiful. Then turning our head forward and then unwinding. And I always like to start the class, any twist class, by just checking out how far our bodies can go with just their own strength, without grabbing onto anything and pulling us into the twist. And just as a reminder for anyone that is concerned about osteoporosis or any bone density issues, you'll only want to turn and twist as far as your body could twist with its own strength, just to make sure that we're safe. Bringing our fingertips towards the ground, we'll reach out with our thumbs. And we're doing 2 breaths. Just reaching that first set of knuckles towards the ground. And then 2 breaths, reaching our wrists towards the ground. Beautiful. We'll go ahead, lift. We'll go ahead and move through those fingers, move through wrists. Awesome. And then spreading our fingers wide as if you're telling me to stop. And then we're going to bring our shoulders away from our ears and then press out your hands in front of you. You're waiting for those forearms to warm up. And most of us, I don't think we have to wait very long. They start talking to us right away. And we're gonna resist the urge unless we're taking care of an injury. We're gonna resist the urge to pull out of that and actually pull these fingers back towards us even further, letting those forearms really warm up. And then slowly moving our hands out towards the side. When you notice resistance, when there's more sensation, rather than rushing through those sticky parts, pause and breathe into them. Beautiful. One more breath, reaching through those fingertips, widening through those palms. Exhale, create a fist, thumb goes on the outside. Point your fist down. Awesome. Inhale, palms forward. Thumb comes to the inside and pour out. Fingertips up. Create a fist, thumb goes on the outside. Point your fist down. Beautiful. Palms forward. Thumb comes to the inside and pour out. Awesome. And then let's just let those arms come down. Move through shoulders. Feel those arms getting warm, all of that circulation in them. And while we're here, let's come to our necks. We're just taking good care of our upper bodies this morning. So turning our head as far as it comfortably goes towards the left side. Go ahead and drop your chin towards your torso. And we're just sort of tracing our collarbone with our chin and turning the look the other direction. Take an inhale. Exhale, chin comes down towards the ground. And keep on flowing through. Beautiful. We'll do that a few times and we'll go ahead and just discontinue. Coming back to center, lengthening through that spine again, and then we'll bring that right ear or your left ear, bring one of your ears towards your shoulder, reaching out with that opposite arm. Noting that if this is painful for your neck, make sure to drop your chin in. You don't want to find a place of pain here. This opposite arm is going to come and just press on that shoulder, moving it a little bit away from our ear. If you want, you can even just kind of massage this out a little bit. We all need that, or at least I need that. Awesome. Letting both hands drop, letting our chin come towards the center line. We'll go ahead and just lift our head up. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Relaxing our other ear towards our shoulder, reaching out. Reaching out to that opposite hand. Again, we can press that shoulder away from our ear. Maybe massage through your neck. If you've got a pet mugging you for pets, you can massage through their neck a little bit. Okay. Exhaling, hands come down, chin comes in. And just let our head be the last thing up. Awesome. Okay, we're going to come down onto the ground. And we'll meet with our knees bent and our body lying, or the rest of our body just lying comfortably on the ground. And we're going to come into a reclining twist. And rather than sort of pushing this twist as far as it goes, we're going to relax into this twist, just to see how far our body comfortably twists. So go ahead and hug your knees in, and then relax them over to the right side. And we're just rolling this left shoulder open. Our left hand can actually stay at our left rib cage. Let those knees be relaxed all the way to the ground. If it is comfortable, go ahead and stretch this left arm out. And we're going to take a couple of deep breaths because, of course, twists aren't just balancing the nervous system along the spine. They're not just giving us a little natural edge towards some adjustment of that spine, but we're also massaging through our organs, massaging especially through those digestive organs. So taking a couple of more deep breaths here. And just noticing that when we're relaxed, noticing that range of motion our body has. Beautiful. All right, we're going to come back to the middle. And we're just going to reset through our sacrum before we come to the other side. So bringing our feet down to the ground again. We're going to press through those feet, lift through our low back ever so slightly, babyest bridge ever. Then tuck our tailbone and one vertebrae at a time, come all the way down. Beautiful. So just nestling that sacrum right into the mat. We'll then just hug those knees in and relax them over to the left side. And this, we might have more twist to one side than we do the other. And that's okay. We're going to, again, just let those knees relax over to the left side. Right hand can stay on our rib cage, maybe coming out to the side. Sending those breaths low in our bodies. Nicely done. And we're going to come back to the center. And even if we know that we want to hold our bridges this morning, we're going to start with some flowing bridges. So let's go ahead and just link our breath to our movement in this, hopefully, what is a very easy movement, flowing bridge. So inhale, one vertebrae at a time, off the ground, coming into bridge. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time, coming back to the ground. Excellent. So once you've linked that breath to the movement, let yourself, this isn't about being as efficient as possible, getting up and down as quickly as possible. It's about the efficiency of linking your breath with your movement. Bringing your body into that parasympathetic nervous system. This is not the fight or flight nervous system. This is where we can relax. This is that body maintenance. This is our maintain our immune system, nervous system. This is our activate the pump for our spinal fluid nervous system. Beautiful. So if this is your jam this morning and this is what you need, then stay right here. Keep on flowing with your breath. Our other option, of course, is to hold. We have 10 breaths left, which isn't a luxurious amount of time to spend here. We're going to use, if you're holding, use your inhales to lift through your collarbone. So you're like telescoping through those ribs. As you're exhaling, you're reaching that tailbone towards your toes. It might feel like you're tucking your tailbone under. Inhale, lifting through our collarbones. Exhale, reaching through those tailbones. If you're flowing with your breath, you're really just concentrating on linking your breath with your movement. If you're holding, you're feeling for your back body to warm up. Beautiful. And when you come down, when you're ready to come down, we're going to just end on our backs, knees hugged in. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bring our feet down again. And we're going to talk about our core in a little bit more subtle of a way than we usually do. And so instead of forest abs this morning, I invite you to go ahead, just bring your hands to your bellies. Just for support. We may or may not be able to feel what's going on with our hands. And as we exhale, we're just going to lift up gently from the base of our pelvis. This is kind of like a lifting up from our perineum. This is very similar to what our Western world calls Kegels, but we're not going for like a gripping lift as if we were lifting weights. We're just going for like a toning close. In yogic terms, this is Mula Bandha, closing the lower gate. Beautiful. So let's let that go for just a moment. And we're going to bring our attention to our lower back. And there's a sheath of fascia here, a sheath of connective tissue called the sacral lumbar dorsal fascia. You don't need to know that. I'm just particularly proud that I can pronounce that this morning. So as we exhale, we're just imagining this fascia coming together as if we're going to imagine it in like a sheet of elastic across your low back. It's like those little dimples in your low back are getting pulled together. Beautiful. And this is kind of a mental thing. And we don't always find it, especially the first time, and that's okay. If you're feeling confused right now, know that you're just getting some seeds dropped in that subconscious, and someday as you get up out of a chair, probably you're going to just feel something kick in that low back, and that is your fascia. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to come into some flowing twists. Bring our knees above our hips. Reach those arms out. And as we exhale, we're going to just bring these knees almost down to the right side. Don't let them touch the ground quite yet because we're going to inhale, come back to the center. And notice all of the core, all of that strength that needs to kick in for this to happen, not only through that abdomen, but hips, glutes, like that whole core area is working together to make this happen. Beautiful. And so as we exhale, letting our knees come down, we're just adding in that gentle lift, that Mula Bandha. And we're adding in some consciousness, we'll call it, of that fascia. Just getting used to finding that strength as we move. Beautiful. So once you've evened this out, for me, it's going to be sort of one more time each side. Remember, we're going nice and slow with our breaths. Then we'll go ahead and just come back to the center. Feet come down. And let's go ahead and roll to the side. Yeah. So coming to our hands and knees. We're going to come into our first down dog. Are we going to do that right now? No, we're going to just go into an easy flow first. I don't want to totally get rid of this flowing feeling we've got. So here are our choices for that easy flow. As we exhale, we're coming into child's pose or down dog. As we inhale, we're moving into tabletop or plank or kneeling plank. If it works for your body, you can switch between the two. You can alternate between the two. Or if there's one version of this that is working better, like if your knees are hurting and it doesn't work to go into that child's pose, you can always alternate down dog. So we're always just inhaling into plank or kneeling plank, exhaling into child's pose or down dog. Really, we're just moving with our breath and engaging some of these bigger muscles. Yeah. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale into our plank or kneeling plank. Exhale into down dog. We're going to inhale into our tabletop and go ahead and grab our block if we have one. Now, if you don't have one this morning, don't freak out. You're going to just do this without a block. It's no big deal. If you do have one, we're just going to use it in our down dogs. So we're going to bring that block in between our ankles, tucking our toes under, spreading our fingers wide because we're about to come into a down dog that we're going to hold. So setting up our shoulders, our hands will be out as wide as the mat. Remember, those eyes of the elbows are going to come forward so if I bend my elbows, they'll go back down to the ground. We're going to tuck our toes, coming into our tabletop, and then lifting into down dog. And right now, we're just gently squeezing that block between our heels. Let's start with those shoulders. We're going to send our breath between shoulder blades, outer rotation of those upper arms. Head is going to hang. Then inhale, increasing that bend at the waist, even if that means you're bending your knees to do so. Exhale, lift from the base of our pelvis. Inhale, reaching through our sits bones, increasing that bend. Exhale, lifting. Mula bandha, sacral, lumbar, dorsal fascia, all that subtle support. Then we're just straightening our legs to the ability that our legs are able to straighten. And if they're all the way straight, we're going to lift through those kneecaps, Squeeze through those heels and start pulling that block towards the ground so that we're opening out through those Achilles tendons as well. Inhale, reaching through sits bones. Exhale, lifting through your knees, lifting it through our perineum. Heels come towards the ground. We have 5 more breaths. And when you've finished, go ahead and just drop the block. We're going to walk our feet up to the front of our mats and end in our forward fold, our forward hang. Beautiful. All right. So, from that forward hang, go ahead and soften your knees, engage your core, press your feet, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to come into some salutations, just kind of moving with our breath. Think soft and flowing with these salutations. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soften those knees, forward fold, left foot back, left knee down. Top of left foot comes to the ground. Inhale, lunge. Beautiful. Exhale, hands down. Engage your core. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees down, torso down. Elbows underneath our shoulders. Lengthen low cobras. Pulling our fingers forward. We're just lengthening that spine out all the way down. Hands under shoulders. Move from our core. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Top of right foot comes to the ground. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, hands down. Forward fold. Press through your feet. Reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now, if you know this, go ahead and ignore me. Just move with your own breath. If it helps to listen to the cues, then you can do that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot back, right knee down. Top of right foot comes to the ground. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, hands down. Engage it through your core. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees down. Torso down. Elbows come underneath shoulders. Lengthen low cobras. Pulling ourselves forward. We'll lengthen all the way down. Hands under shoulders. Move from our core. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, hands down. Forward fold. Press through our feet. Move all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. So we're going to switch back to the left side. Throw in some easy twisting lunges and a hold in that down dog. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot back. Left knee down. Left hand stays on the ground. Easy twisting lunge towards the right. Exhale, hands down. Engage through your core. Protect that low back, plank or kneeling plank, and we'll lower all the way down. Or cobras of choice. Just thinking about lengthening into cobra. It doesn't matter how much your spine bends. We're just lengthening all the way down. Hands under shoulders. Move from your core. Inhale, down dog. We have 10 breaths here. Option, one leg up for 5, other leg up for 5, but we just want those hamstrings to open up, those Achilles tendons to open up. Again, using our breath here, inhaling, deepening that crease. Exhale, lift from that perineum, lift from knees. Beautiful. Inhale in between those shoulder blades. Think broad shoulder blades. Ah, you guys look so strong. You're amazing. All right. When you're through, we're going to exhale. Left foot forward. Right knee down, our right hand that stays on the ground, easy twisting lunge towards the left. Exhale, hands down, stepping forward, forward fold. And we're gonna pause here a moment. We're gonna soften our knees, bend our knees far enough that we can put our peace fingers around our big toes. Letting our heads be heavy, press through those heels. We're straightening our legs as much as we need to feel a good hamstring stretch. So if you don't need to straighten your legs, don't. If to feel a good stretch you need those legs straight, then just make sure to lift through those kneecaps, keeping those legs active, protecting through our hamstrings. Everybody, we're deepening that crease at our waist. So we're kind of thinking about sticking our butts out, lifting it through that perineum, engaging it through that fascia. Then let's exhale, let our head be heavy, let our spine go. Beautiful. From here, we're going to unwind, bring our feet, our fingers off of our toes, bending our knees, engaging our core, press through our feet. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Gorgeous. We've just got our right side left to do. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, lunge. And pause. We're going to bring our hands to our heart. I want to show you an alternative twist that we can do, especially if we don't want to overextend that twist. And we can stay right here. If your body is starting to crave a deeper twist, then create a fist with your right hand. Bring your right elbow to your left knee, left hand to your right fist, twisting towards the left. Exhale, take the pressure off of your neck somehow. Inhale into that twist. Exhale, let that head be heavy. Beautiful, everyone. We're gonna inhale into our lunge. Exhale, hands down. Engage our core. Inhale, plank or kneeling plank, and lower all the way down. For that cobra of choice, reach to those toes, reach through our collarbone. Reach into cobra, thinking about lengthening through those legs, then tractioning out all the way down. Engage through your core. Keep that back safe as we move into down dog. Feel all that space we created for ourselves. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, lunge. And again, we can start with that twist, hands to heart. Twisting it towards our right. Just using the strength of our bodies. If we're craving that extra twist, create a fist with your left hand. Left elbow to right knee, right hand on left fist. Inhale, open towards the right. Exhale, let your head be heavy. One more exhale, engage your core. Inhale, lunge, exhale, hands to the ground. Forward fold. Beautiful, letting our head hang here. Letting that spine hang. Then let's bend our knees, engage our core. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. So, we're gonna have our blocks nearby if we have them. If you don't worry about it. I'll cue an alternative as well. We're gonna start at the front of our mats for some warrior ones. So, right foot is gonna stay at the front of our mat. Left foot is gonna come back. And we're taking care of our knees here. So before we do anything else, let's activate both of those legs. Make sure there's a tiny bend in both of those knees, at least a softening. We're not locking into them. We're just gonna bring this left hip bone forward, pointing our tailbone down. Now, if it's available to you, go ahead and bend that front knee, warrior one. If that knee bend isn't working today, go ahead and just keep that straight. Beautiful. Inhale, let's just reach up into our warrior ones. Exhale, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, press those feet into the ground. Exhale, left hip bone forward, tailbone down. Feel for that left glute to engage. And let's exhale our hands to our heart. We're going to be twisting towards our right. And this first twist, we're just going to stay standing. And for many of us, this is a very slight twist. It might be that that's all of our spine, range of motion. It might be because this left hip is slightly behind the right, whatever reason. It's okay if this twist is slight. Option one, just stay here, enjoying that very supported twist. If you're craving more, this left hand can come into a block or to the ground. And we're just taking this into an easy twisting warrior, planting our feet on the ground, twisting towards the right. Maybe this right arm comes up, maybe it just comes towards your hip. Exhale, shoulders away from ears, let your head be heavy. Inhale, engage through those legs, remember that base. Exhale, shoulders away from ears, let your head be heavy. Beautiful, we're going to engage through our core. Inhale, come all the way up. Awesome. One more. So either going back to that first twist or our easy twisting lunge, Or we can come into twisting lunge for a little deeper, creating a fist with this left hand crossing left over right knee, right hand coming onto left fist, twisting open towards the left. Let your head be heavy. Beautiful. Engaging through our core. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come down. We're gonna just step that back foot forward, letting our head be heavy and letting that spine traction out and release. You don't need, if that hamstring stretch feels good, you can straighten your legs. Otherwise, you can even just make this all about your spine, resting your torso on those upper thighs, just letting the heaviness of your head traction that out. Beautiful. All right, engage through your core. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. We have another side. So this time, left foot stays at the front of the mat, right foot steps back. Before we do anything else, we're gonna take care of those knees. So activating through those legs, keeping a minor tiny bend in those knees. We're gonna bring our right hip bone forward, point our right tailbone down. Then if it's available to us, bend front knee over front ankle. Warrior one, let's just lift those arms up. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, shoulders away from ears. Inhale, press through those feet. Exhale, hands to heart. We're twisting towards our right. Keeping that core engaged, pointing tailbone down. Just twisting as far as our body naturally goes with our own strength. If we want to take this further, we're going to bring our right hand to the block, maybe to the ground. Twisting towards our left. Our left hand can come to our hip bone. If our shoulders stack, we can reach that arm up towards the ceiling, no matter what. Shoulders away from ears, let your head be heavy. Inhale, press through those feet, engage through your legs. Remember that base. Beautiful. Press through those feet. Inhale, back into warrior one. We have one more twist of choice. We're gonna add to the options, creating a fist with this right hand, crossing it across. Left hand comes on top of right fist, opening it. Exhale, shoulders away from ears. Let your head be heavy. Beautiful. Engaging through your core, press through your feet, rise up. Warrior one. Exhale, forward fold. We're gonna just step this back foot forward. Letting our spine just traction out. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna bend our knees, using our hands for support, coming back down onto the ground. Awesome. And we're gonna come into our final reclining twist. And I'm just going to suggest a couple of ways we can support ourselves in this twist. And if they feel appealing to you, go ahead and take the moment to get set up. And the first is you might want to use a blanket. It doesn't have to be, or it could be a pillow in between knees, in between legs. So as we come over, it's just a little bit good support for those of us that like this top leg doesn't want to actually rest on the bottom leg. Some of us are in that position, yeah? If that's the case, we'll just bring a pillow or a blanket. Rolling, and then we do the exact same thing. We just roll the shoulder open. If you are in the opposite position and you're not thinking, boy, I wish there was a way I could have more support here to twist less, but instead you're wishing you could twist more, then you can use that same blanket. You could use a bolster here, a pillow, and instead of having both knees bent, in this case your right leg would be straight, your left comes over the top, resting on that blanket instead of on the ground, and then twisting open. You may already have your favorite way to twist, and if that's the case, go ahead and get yourself set up. We're gonna have about 10 breaths per side. I'm seeing that a lot of you are already set up. That's totally fair. So you're gonna have an intuitive 10 breaths per side. You're welcome, babe. When you're finished on one side, we'll just switch to the other. And I love twists, partially because they just feel good in my body, but also because I love anything that I love anything that just gives our body a lot. So in twists, we're massaging those organs. We're resetting through our spine, resetting through the nervous system along our spine, getting stretches through our hips and our shoulders. Beautiful. When you're done, we're coming back to our Shavasana. It's our home practice. So if you need to turn off lights, find a way for our backs to be supported, we can use blankets, pillows, furniture. And once we have ourselves settled in, I invite you to return to that alternate side breathing. Let your bodies relax. You don't need to use your hands. We're just going to use our focus, our imagination, inhaling through our right and exhaling through our left. Then inhaling through our left, switching our focus and exhale through our right. Inhale through right and exhale through left. Inhale through left and exhale through right. We're going to continue for a few more rounds on your own. And let's let that go. Just bringing our attention back to our normal breath. And being kind to ourselves. We're going to just start moving through fingers and toes, coming onto our side and then back to our seated position. Thank you all for joining me. It means the world to me to be able to practice with you. The wisdom in me sees the wisdom in each of you. Namaste.